Hello guys, welcome to another Top Table Wargaming video. In this video we are going to be reviewing a couple of new releases from Unreleased Minatures. We are going to be reviewing two minis which come in one pack, which is fantastic, and they are Castle White Guards, otherwise known to me and you as Citadel Guard from Lord of the Rings. First off, I'd just like to say the fact that there's two poses is great, because these are a troop type. If there was just one, it would look very samey. The fact that there's two is fantastic, and the fact that there's two different types of pose on the horse is great as well. So yeah, so straight on to the minis. The first one is a Citadel Guard type soldier mini, and looks like he's calling out. He's cupping his hand around his mouth as if he's calling for a charge or for shouting fire with the longbows, which is what the Citadel Guard are known for. He's sat astride his horse like so. It's quite hard to hold everything together, which is fantastic. All fits quite well. There's going to need to be a bit of file work and a bit of putty work, but nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing that you know is going to alienate anyone. Anyone could do what's required. It's fairly easy. The pose on this horse is like a fairly sort of stagnant, stationary pose, which is great. As he's calling out, it's like he's leading his troops, which is fantastic. So I'll see that there, and I'll show you the other side. There we go. So yeah, so the Citadel Guard mounted, a great profile, one that you don't see very often. I did have a force with mounted Citadel Guard in, which I used a couple of times, only in fun games, and really enjoyed using them. They were great. So I can't knock them. So if you use Gondor and you want a ranged attack, which is worthwhile using, then Citadel Guard are the way forward. They have strength 3 bows, which is just like elves. Quite expensive. The beauty of these Citadel Guard is you can mount them, and you can also they have a spear. In the rules, there's nothing to say that you can't support whilst mounted. So, you know, if you've got one of your big heroes and he's in trouble, you've got that manoeuvrability of spear support. You know, being able to move 10 inches to get in there, which is fantastic and can be a lifesaver. So I highly recommend that you try them out if you haven't done. Again, any model that can be mounted, if you're able to, points permitting, then you know you should give it a go, because it just adds so much to the profile. When you're on a horse, you've got the manoeuvrability and, you know, charge bonuses, etc. Anyway, we'll move on to the next pose, which is this guy. And this guy, I'm going to try my best to hold him in position. He's going to be as if he's firing his bow off, which is great. Another great pose. I really like what Adam and his team have done with the poses. You know, they could have quite easily just used the existing models as base poses and sort of gone from there, but they haven't. They've reimagined it and thought, you know, what's going to look cool? What would these guys be doing, you know, on the battlefield? And that's my thoughts on it. Anyway, that seems to me as if what they've been doing. That's the second pose, more dynamic. It's like a horse speeding through, his mane's blowing in the wind, and then, you know, you've got the rider on top, shooting off his bow, which is great. On there, fantastic. So what do I think overall of these mounted Citadel Guard? I really like them. I like the fact that these guys have released them. They're a model that I wanted, hence doing quite a few conversions. I used the original metal Gondor Knights and put cloaks on them, and etc., and equipped some with bows. The conversions were okay. As far as conversions go, they sufficed. They'd done the job I wanted them to do. But they weren't a patch on these. These are, you know, these are made to be what they are, which is what you want. It's always nice to get a model that is what it is, unless you're very good at converting. You know, you can always tell what it was originally. But yeah, so I think if you've got a Gondor force, you know, give them a go. If you're unsure of the profile, you're unsure if it's worth investing, use Gondor Knights, game with them a bit, see what you think. If you're happy with the profile, then, you know, go out, splash the cash and pick some of these guys up, because these are going to look really good on the board. And the fact that we've got 2 more horse poses that we haven't already got is great, because we don't have many horse poses. You know, you got Rohan forces and Gondor forces. I think for each one there's only 2, possibly 3 poses of horse. So the fact that we're getting more poses of horse just mixes things up and just makes things look a little bit more realistic. So marks out of 10 for these guys. I'd probably go with an 8. I think I'll go with an 8 for these. Very happy with them. I think it's done a fantastic job on the sculpt itself. I think they've captured the feel of what it should look like. The cloaks are awesome. Really like the cloak works, the creases in the cloaks. Very nice. Just very nice models all around, basically. Like I say, there is a bit of work. I'm not gonna deny there's gonna be a bit of work in filing them down and filling, but it's nothing that's, you know, too much out there. So yeah, I recommend these models. If you want mounted Citadel Guard in your force, then yeah, I recommend that you pick some of these up and support this small business which is trying to keep our hobby going, and, you know, supplying us with things that we should have got maybe a long time ago. So anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you check out the Unreleased Miniatures website. I'll put a link in the description. Let me know what you think of the review. Let me know what you think of the models. Let me know what you think of the profile, and if you've used mounted Citadel Guard before, how it worked out for you. That's just, you know, any type of discussion is fine, and I'll respond to each and every one. So anyway, keep on gaming, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.